Hey everyone, how's it going? We're still in spooky season, so I decided, we'll do one more commentary for you. You guys voted. We're going to be covering the Superman animated series episode, Hands of Fate. I'm Biz.
I am Lunar. That's Captain Lunar.
I'm Baron Nightingale. Lord Bloodstrike, sorry, old names.
I am Cal for Arts, for Cal for Comics, whatever you prefer to call me, although you owe me for trademark.
Alright. So, yeah, we're going to be covering this episode, which I know Strike's really excited for, because he really, really wanted us to cover this one.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, this was season 2 of the show, and kind of the season where, DC was really just going to let the animated universe truly realize itself, because, yeah, this is a season where Superman gets to meet a lot of heroes, starting with, of course, Batman, and I think, Fate was his second hero that he met, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but then I believe it was Aquaman, and
But
then
it's
Green
weird
Lantern.
that later I'm gonna bite your neck in the middle of the night and drain all of your blood. Stop interrupting me.
Okay, Strike, say something.
Well, I said, anyways, now I've been really looking forward to this one for a while, so weirdly enough, the episode implies that, Fate and Superman have had an encounter before, even though the show never shows them working together.
Yeah, which I've always kind of wondered why. Like, even as a kid, I remember watching the episode, and I for the longest time I thought that I'd missed an episode. Like there was a lost Yeah.
Apparently, it was actually, I know the answer to this. Apparently, what they were supposed to meet in the comic adaptation, but that issue didn't happen, and it was supposed to be a callback to that. And when that didn't happen, they stopped trying to tie the comic canon so much into the show canon.
Ah, okay. So this is okay. That's neat, but yeah,
That's sad.
yeah. But
Anyway.
Are we ready to light this candle?
Yeah.
Are we ready to meet Manos? Oh wait, no, wrong Hand of Fate.
yeah, look, we're gonna start in a bit. If you have Max, or maybe maybe Dave decided to be a complete asshole and remove the DC animated universe in there. Seriously, Dave, don't do it. You will for the love of God, if you have any modicum of brain cells, do not do that. But if you don't have Max, maybe you have the DVDs, or maybe you're like, screw it, fall off a truck, or just listen to this as a podcast. Either way, we're gonna begin in 3, 2, 1, start.
Hi, Bug.
Yep. The classic image right there, the planet Krypton. Yeah.
Also, you gotta love this opening theme. It's just especially when you get to a really bridge of the
This defines Superman right here, the theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up there with the John Williams theme, especially when you hit the Superman.
Yep.
And I think one of my favorite things is that, well, yes, these are all from early season episodes, they're done. The shots are done in such a way that it so clearly captures who Superman is as a character. The guy who, even if he's invulnerable, he still doesn't hesitate to throw himself into the thick of it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Also, that scene where he's flying through the night sky. Originally, they were going to do kind of like a Batman Ant-Man series thing, where they were going to show parts of him using of his powers and showing off, not just using episode clips, but they ran out of time, so that was the only scene of the original animation footage for the intro that they could work in.
Yep.
I weirdly enough think it works better as just that. Oh, here we go.
Yep. The Metropolis Museum, which, come to think about it, this place gets screwed over more times than Arkham Asylum. Oh, hey, Pazuzu!
Oh, God.
And well, look, as long as he doesn't find the Master's painting.
Yep.
What? This is called the Hand of Fate, after all.
Why is there just a coin just right there? No glass or anything for that one.
Because
You
convenience.
know how it is to it's hard to get a glass display that small for a coin.
You know what it is? It's them being super cocky. They're like, whatever. This is a town of Superman. Superman runs this place. Come to it. Do it. We dare you.
Here we
Roxy
go.
Rocket.
The Tablet of Carcoal.
Yep.
Who in the comics actually was a wizard whose name was Carcoal.
So I think we can all agree then that this interpretation of him is way cooler.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love that. Oh yeah, this part here, like,
Oh, this is brilliant. Like, it's such a slow burn reveal of how horrible the thief's
He's
become.
becoming Spawn. He's becoming Spawn. Must get to alleyway. Must brood.
yeah, must
Oh, well,
talk about Wanda.
better than the alternative, Servant of No.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, but he has the green eyes, so.
yeah,
Oh, yes. Supportive citizens of Metropolis. If you have green eyes, you're instantly evil.
yep,
Totally has nothing to do with the other facial features.
yep. Or the fact that his
One of
face.
the features is a shadow.
Yep.
Oh no, he's becoming. Hey, Andrea Beaumont really got a weird costume after she left Gotham.
Yep.
Oh my god, that is what his like little cloak thing reminds me of.
Yeah, it does kind of a phantasm look to it, but yeah, like, and again, like just like how they just get you, they jump you into the story of Superman already knowing fate. It jumps you right into the horror. Like there was really no build up to this. Well, there was some build up to it, but I mean, like they don't the instant he's freed, he starts shit.
Yep,
He's not one of
That's all I get soul. That's all I get soul. That's all I get soul.
Yeah.
all of this.
He's not the kind to he's not the Saturday morning cartoon villain who's just like, yes, I will take my time or anything like that. No, I got stuff to do. Y'all aren't going to stop.
Also, I like the little slime trail he leaves.
Yep.
I love how grotesquely Lovecraftian he looks.
Oh yeah, they could have done basic plain Jane demon design, but no, they went full on. No, we are going to relay up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel.
Tentacles for days.
And
Yeah.
at this point, Clark's thinking,
Answer to you?
I also just realized another thing that has connection to Phantasm. His right hand is possibly some kind of blade.
oh yeah. Hey, actually, if he's a mythological creature, maybe that's where Andrea got the idea for her costume.
Yeah,
That
maybe.
would actually be a really neat tie-in.
That would make a
Well,
lot of sense.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to Phantasm, and I know we're saying this while Superman's getting his ass kicked, like, my headcanon for Andrea has always been she was a member of the Order of Saint Dumas.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense.
Yeah. And I mean, they made Azrael in the Batman, The Adventure Continues comics look a little similar to Andrea, so yeah, maybe she was just a member of the Order.
And here we have Superman getting blood drawn.
Yep.
Something that is real, that even that somehow, despite the show at times nerfing him, it still manages to make this really explicitly terrifying because all the other time, it's either alien tech or kryptonite doing it.
Yeah.
Here, it's just some dude.
Yeah, and even then, like, yeah, and even then, it's never been that bad of damage. Like, they never, like, straight up, like, drew blood like that.
And at this point, Clark's just thinking, I really wish I had Captain Marvel's number.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe he already met Captain Marvel if, like, the comics are canon by this point in there. Because, again, like, they were really back and forth on it. So,
Yeah.
maybe they...
Especially if you don't take JLU into consideration, he's already met him, probably.
Yeah. And, yeah, so he starts, like, just, chanting. He turns the Daily Plan into his own little kingdom. Well, little castle, which... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. As a little kid, what's like? I don't know, like why, but as a little kid, it reminded me a lot of the DuckTales movie. I know that sounds so random as fuck, but it did. It made me remember. It made me think of the whole.
Right.
Yeah.
This is pure magic dispelled.
No, I was talking about Morlock because remember he was the he was the main villain in that one. Also, yeah, we see here like we just got like them just again. I like the Metropolis though. Yeah, like. They have Superman around. They're like, no, we're going to use other tech to try to do it. Like, we're not going to just wait for him to help. Like, they do actually have their own ideas.
Which really separates it from Gotham, in my opinion. And, because, like, really kind of emphasizing that, yes, Gordon and them may be useful, but even then, they're still kind of waylaid by corruption and greed and stuff from various crime families.
Yep.
Whereas Metropolis is...
Yeah. Also, hi, Starfire's daughter.
Oh my god, I saw it too.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. We're not going to explain any further on that.
Can minor note, no, since we're seeing him here. Great respect with how they made Dan Turpin look more like Jack Kirby than any other character.
Yeah, well, hell, it actually...
And how he...
Well, in fact, it actually got to the point where when they started bringing Dan into the modern stuff, they did actually make him look more like Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Plus, too, as Jack said a few times, Dan was pretty much his self-insert. He didn't draw him to look like him, but personality-wise, no, he was pretty much Dan.
Yeah. And
That's great.
Yeah, and behold, the Tower of Fate, which has probably the most simplistic design you will ever see in superhero comics.
But in a weird way, that makes it more bizarre too, don't it? It's just this regular castle tower in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. And here we meet, Enza, his wife, who also at some point has been Dr. Fate.
Yeah. You can do a list of people who were Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Has Batman been Dr. Fate? Outside of things?
No, there was a time it was Dr. Fate. Like, he's been Dr. Fate. Yeah, like a few times he's put on the helmet of Fate. But, yeah. Though, like, for me, I think like, what they did with Dr. Fate recently in comics has been kind of weird. Like, because they always go back and forth on whether or not, Nabu is an ally or an enemy or just batshit crazy.
I kind of like how Ram V sort of did it, where it's more of like the Lords of Order in general are as fickle as the Lords of Chaos, and while Nabu can be kind of helpful, in general it's more just according to how Order itself presents.
Yep.
Order presents itself.
Yeah. Knowing, like, okay, as a kid, I always kind of wondered, like, how did someone like Kent end up like this? And then when I read the comics, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is definitely the version of Kent Nelson that didn't have a childhood. He was literally taken as a baby and then aged up and just forced into this life.
Yeah. That's his original backstory from the Golden Age, folks. Literally, his parents are archaeologists. Nabu, they ended up dying on a dig. Near Nabu's temple. Nabu was like, okay, fine, I'll just raise your kid. Are you gonna, like, no, I'm aging this kid up. I'm not dealing with diapers.
Yeah. Which, yeah, would totally mess him up because, yeah, he doesn't, so that's kind of why he's very, and I know it's not, and, bring up another classic sci-fi, of geek culture, element of geek culture. Star Trek, he's very much like Spock.
Yep.
He's very Vulcan.
And I love when it sort of sounds weird now, but I love when characters like Superman and stuff get involved with stuff like this, and it gets sort of into a cosmic level stuff and everything. Because it really sort of shines when he chooses to stay with humanity. Since it's exactly it really is the kind of person that he is.
Yeah.
Which, really, come to think of it, this actually, weirdly enough, gives a perfect timeline for why the wizard Shazam would choose Billy Batson. If you take into account he was chosen around the time Fate just hung everything up, you're like, okay, no one else is protecting magic, I guess I gotta find a new champion.
That actually works out.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're about to see one of my favorite little henchmen designs, even though they're not henchmen in the traditional sense.
They serve. They serve them.
Great. What do you care?
Yeah, if you serve a higher being of evil, you're a henchman.
Yeah.
Well, when I say minion, I don't necessarily mean willing minion.
Oh, well, is a minion ever truly willing? Let's face it, you're either doing this because you're being forced, you're either forced because they're threatening you, you need the money.
Threatening your family.
Yeah, like that kind of deal.
Also, I'm just gonna say, it always weirded me out how it took him this long to he hasn't done anything, never did anything to him right at the start. Like it's literally been a day and a night almost, and he's just now doing stuff to everyone inside.
Hey, look, he's been out for a while. He wants to redecorate. He wants to make sure it looks spooky enough.
Yeah, fair.
Well, I personally always thought of the process as the situation as he needed to, the enchantments and everything he needed to reach there was still sealed off by fate's magic, so he needed a way to try and get through it. Oh, and
Elementary.
Not, I kid you not, these are called Shoggoths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, as in the Lovecraftian horrors of acid, slime, and eyeballs.
Yep.
And I realized in those astral form, they kind of look like the green ghoul from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, these get some really twisted designs here, and I like how, it just goes full-on a horror movie. I would not be shocked.
Their legs are
bursting out.
Yeah.
What was that, sorry?
Their legs are backwards. The brown ones with the 3 eyes,
Well,
their legs are straight up backwards.
oh no, it's not their legs that are backwards, it's their torso, because if you notice, they spinned their torso, but they didn't actually spin their whole body.
Yeah.
That's so freaky and messed up, and I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, what's even more freaky and messed up is they're bursting out of everybody. Like, literally bursting out.
Like their skins are cocoons or something.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest, we know they all want to try and help and all, but there's no way they would ever actually be able to help.
Yeah.
I don't know. Remember JLU? A bunch of idiot college magicians ended up accidentally summoning
Oh, I meant the cops.
Norman Grundy back.
Oh yeah, the cops also wouldn't be able to do much about this either. But yeah, also dang.
Oh.
Well, poor
They really Jimmy Olsen.
he became a mini Cthulhu.
I'm just gonna say this: they missed a chance to have him be the Turtle Boy. They could have really easily worked in as a demonic version of the Turtle Boy.
And then they got Lois, which that's actually pretty tragic there. And again,
Well,
yeah.
You know they're not going to stay that way forever and all, but the fact remains, he still got everyone in the Daily Planet.
Yep.
That's so terrifying.
And you gotta consider, if it's anything like Evil Dead, when they possess you, you're in hell. Your mind, you're not knocked out or anything. Your soul is experiencing what they're making you do.
And there's nothing.
Oh, I love Al Carpel has some sass. I'm like, I don't remember inviting you.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Lovecraftian nightmares can be sassy.
Oh, look at this! They're pragmatic villains too. They don't waste time on trying to actually fight. They get the protection off of them, and instantly the spirits or whatever try to go for them.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's Steve Lombard right there that just grabbed him.
Yeah. Hey, finally got one over on Clark.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I don't know why I went for the Star Trek fight music, but whatever.
Well, to be fair, the choreograph is about on par with a silhouette.
Yep. Now we're gonna see the Lovecraftian equivalent to Goldfinger.
You expect me to talk? No, Superman. I expect you to go mad.
Yep. And then
Literal Deus Ex Machina.
Yep.
And I love Carco's absolute oh shit face right there. Just pure. Wait, hold on, no, you weren't invited either. You really weren't invited.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, this has always led to an interesting debate people have had. Which version of Fate do you prefer? Out of all the versions that you've seen, which one do you think, works? The one where it's Nelson in control, or Nabu's in control, or if it's a weird fusion?
I like the fusion idea because it has more of essence to it. Like, Naboo needs a mortal mind to, like, let him function in a mortal setting.
Oh, I like how he just like does a little finger waggle right there and all, and just like say, "Here, pets, get them."
Yep.
And I never liked, though, Naboo being in total control, like in Young Justice, because I'm like, yeah, that feels like a cop-out, really.
Yep. And kind of fucked up, too, especially for what he does later.
Like, nope, you're not, no. No one's taking his helmet off, ever.
Yeah. Like, though I think the funniest version of Dr. Fate, the funniest version of Dr. Fate that I kind of wish we saw more of was Max Modem. If you know who that is, congrats, you saw a really fun movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Who?
so, there was a movie called Suicide Squad: Hell to Pay, and they had to get Dr. Fate, but they didn't get Kent Nelson. They got a guy named Max who was a stripper.
Oh God.
Because
Oh yeah, and I love this part right here though, where it's like this giant shadowy thing. You never see the full size of it, or you never see what it is. But you just know that it's like easily like one of Carcole's worst minions.
Yeah.
Or
If not
possibly
his
his fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah, or possibly maybe like a higher up. We don't know, because like again, they let you know that yes, he is a lord, but we know in the DC universe there is a greater evil out there.
There's always a greater evil for these mortal bound minions.
Yep.
Let's not forget, Aquaman fights Cthulhu every few years.
Yep.
But I do kind of like too the way that Carcole is just completely almost unbeatable outside of being sealed away.
Yep.
It really emphasizes that while Dr. Fate works for Naboo, he works for a Lord of Order. Carcole isn't a servant; he is a Lord of King.
Yep.
Sort of a power difference there.
Yep. And I love the fact that the magic is like this spell is like, you know, just fixes everything in the building. Like the fire pit is gone.
Like, is that just like the Lords of Chaos just kind of went, no, we lost. Time to change everything back, fellas. We lost fair and square.
Yep.
Which, I mean, again, considering that thing, whatever it was almost able to get out, you would think they would try to at least push for a, no, we can still do it.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. Anyway, we're saying this while the episode's wrapping up, and yeah, you know, Clark, so Clark and Ken have a good send off, and yeah, it teases that we'll see more of him later, which we will, just not in the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll show up with a perfect tribute to Marvel's Defenders, the actual original one.
Yep. Anyway,
I think they handled him way better there.
Yep. Anyway, that was the Hand of Fate, and I really like this episode. I think this is kind of the closest we get to a Halloween special for the Superman animated series, and hell, actually the DCAU and in general. I don't think. Yeah, holy crap! Yeah, there's not that many episodes that actually, you know, take place on Halloween. We got a lot of good horror-centric episodes, but no actual Halloween episodes. Well, except for that one segment in Almost Got 'Em, but that barely counts. But yeah, no, I really like it. I think how I think the villain was really cool. Cockle was really awesome. I still can't believe I didn't notice the Phantasm comparisons with the design, but I don't know, still pretty cool. And yeah, I like.
You're the Batman fan here.
Yeah.
You're the Batman fanboy. How did you not notice?
To be fair, I have not seen this episode in a long time, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. It was a nice introduction to Dr. Fate, if not a little jarring that, yeah, again, there's no real like explanation of who his character is. The episode just kind of hopes that you understand what his deal is, and luckily it's streamlined enough that yeah, it's very easy to get. But on the whole, loved it.
Yep. I love this episode. One thing I will say as far as not giving Fate too much is like, yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, the weird thing is, you know, Clark just automatically knowing who he is without any kind of major build up to it. But again, the thing too is I think can be more streamlined, like not going into it actually as the character a little bit, because it gets the point across. Like, okay, stuff's going down. This guy knows magic. This is a magical threat. And then you get at the end, if you're not familiar with the character at all, you're like, oh, so he is a superhero at the end.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, well, obviously this is one of my favorite Superman the Animated Series episodes, personally, and not just because the whole esotericism of it all and all, but mainly from the fact that it's Superman in a genuine, unfamiliar territory. You know, alien gods, aliens in general tonight, all this other stuff and all, par for the course. He had never faced magic before. In fact, I think borderline magic had not been introduced into the DCAU proper until this episode. So this was like
Yeah.
This was like a bunch of firsts for a lot of stuff for the DCAU.
And again, he wasn't. This was the first time he was like seriously injured. Like he wouldn't get this badly beat up in the DCAU and until like later with Darkseid, and then in the Just League series.
Which again should say something, considering Darkseid is a typically Justice League level threat, so of course he's able to beat him. So that kind of says a lot about how very badly Karkle messed him up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I have to say, this episode, it is a good sort of Halloween episode in the sense of it has 4 themes, it has 4 aspects. It gives you a glimpse of Superman at a point where it's like, I don't have the upper hand, I'm out of my element, and it seems to improvise a new way to defeat a villain he's having trouble defeating by himself.
Overall, good episode.
Yeah. Anyway, that'll wrap it up. I'm pretty sure the next commentary will be, I don't know, like something connected to Thanksgiving, or I don't know, maybe I'll say screw it and we'll just do the late Mr. Kent next, because I do love that episode. It's actually one of my favorites.
It's one of the best.
Oh, it's my favorite.
One of
Yeah.
the best episodes out there.
Yeah, if we do a Thanksgiving episode, I don't know. Maybe we'll do King of the Hill. I love that one episode when they're in the airport, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm Biz.
I'm Lunar.
I'm Blood Strike.
I'm Calvert.
Yep, and we'll see you later.